Have you ever been accused of something so absurd you couldn't believe it was real? I live in a thin-walled apartment building where you can hear everything. My upstairs neighbor Brad works night shifts and sleeps during the day, while I have a normal 9 to 5 schedule. Last month, Brad started leaving aggressive notes on my door. Your alarm clock is deliberately timed to disrupt my sleep cycle. This harassment needs to stop immediately. I'm reading this thinking he's joking, but Brad was completely serious. He'd been tracking my alarm times and convinced himself I was intentionally sabotaging his sleep schedule. Every morning at exactly 6:30 a.m., your alarm goes off right when I'm hitting my deepest sleep phase, Brad explained. That timing is too perfect to be coincidental. I told him I've used the same alarm time for 3 years, long before he moved in. Brad wasn't buying it, but why 6:30? Why not 6 or 7? You specifically chose the time that would cause maximum sleep disruption for night shift workers. Brad had convinced himself that I'd researched sleep cycles and deliberately set my alarm to cause him maximum damage. When I explained that I wake up at 6:30 because I need to be at work by 8, Brad got more suspicious. How convenient that your job requirements perfectly align with my sleep destruction schedule. Brad started documenting my sleep theft activities in a notebook. He recorded my alarm times, shower schedule, even when I made coffee. Everything was evidence of his sleep sabotage theory. I've been monitoring your patterns for weeks, Brad announced, showing me his detailed logs. Your entire morning routine is designed for maximum noise during my critical rest hours. That's when Brad revealed his counter strategy. I'm going to start setting alarms during your sleep time so you understand how it feels to be deliberately awakened. Brad began playing loud music at 2 a.m., claiming it was defensive sleep protection against my morning harassment. When I complained, he said I'd started the sleep war, and he was just defending himself. You've been stealing my sleep for months. Now you know how it feels to be targeted by malicious alarm scheduling. The situation escalated when Brad filed a noise complaint with building management, claiming I was conducting psychological warfare through strategic wake-up timing. Our landlord called a meeting to resolve the alarm dispute. Brad arrived with a PowerPoint presentation about circadian rhythm manipulation and intentional sleep deprivation tactics. This tenant has weaponized his alarm clock against my natural sleep cycle. Brad told our landlord seriously. He's essentially conducting biological terrorism through precise timing coordination. I sat there stunned as Brad explained his theory that I was running a sophisticated sleep destruction operation from the apartment below him. The landlord looked confused. Brad, are you saying he's not allowed to set an alarm for work? Not at 6:30 a.m. That's the exact time designed to cause maximum sleep disruption for night shift workers. He could wake up at any other time, but his work starts at 8 a.m. Most people wake up around 6:30 for morning jobs. Brad refused to accept that my alarm time was based on normal work schedules rather than anti-Brad conspiracy. The timing is too precise. He's obviously researched my sleep patterns. That's when the landlord asked the obvious question. Brad, how does he know when you're in deep sleep? Do you share your sleep schedule with him? Brad went quiet as he realized his theory required me to have detailed knowledge of his personal sleep cycles, which I obviously didn't possess. The landlord ruled that normal morning alarms for work purposes were completely acceptable and suggested Brad invest in earplugs or white noise machines if he needed quieter sleep conditions. Brad moved out 2 weeks later, claiming the building was compromised by coordinated sleep thieves and he needed a more secure sleep environment. The new upstairs neighbor works normal hours and actually appreciates my consistent morning routine because it helps her wake up on time too.